Hey guys, how's it going? Jack of all trades here. I haven't posted a video in quite a while. I have been very busy. I'm going to show you one of my projects that I've been working on. Ford F250 for a buddy of mine. Took me about 12 months to do the project. Probably one of my longest projects that I've ever done. And I'm not a professional panel beater, I'm a jack of all trades. So I'm going to walk you around, show you a little bit. I'm going to flash some of the photos that I've been taking throughout the 12 months to show you the beginning and the end product. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit about the products that I used. So let me show you around. And there she is. F250. As far as I know, it's a 1965. It's a high boy. I think it has a 3-speed transmission with a 4-wheel drive system. I think it's a 3-speed. Yeah, this thing took a long time to do. Two-tone color, seafoam green, and just a little bit of a beigeish off-white, new lights. It doesn't have the right era correct tail or back on it. I think this comes off of a 150, and as you can see, the lines don't match up. It doesn't have the same indentation on running along the side. So yeah, these are normal 15-inch rims that are on here. My buddy got these massive freaking tires for this thing, and it came out pretty good. It stood in a field for about 8 or 10 years, I think, and got the motor running. Doesn't look too bad. Small block V8 with a Boss 302. New interior and seat. Right guys, so I showed you the Ford, flashed a couple of pictures. I just want to show you the products that I use. On this table is everything that you need to be able to do a DIY panel beating job at your own house. A lot of people will tell you it doesn't work like that, you need a spray booth. You don't need anything like that. Most important thing that I have learned about panel beating is that you have to start with one product from the base and work your way all the way up to the clear coat. And then you have a good finish. You have a proper product. So, these are the products that I use. It's called Capsi. They are based in Egypt. It is an extremely popular product in South Africa. 2K paints, 2K filler paints, they make their own body putties, fiber putties. So I'm not advertising their product, I'm just trying to show you all the different things that you can work with. So an old panel beater told me that it is not the expensive spray gun that you have. This cost about 300 Rand. It is not expensive at all. The only thing that you should bear in mind when buying a spray gun is that your end product will be determined by how fine you can spray it. So this nozzle over here is a 1.4 millimeter. I don't know if you can see that. So you get 1.4, 1.7, 1.7 mainly used for your fillers. So this is very important. This is important, and then obviously this is a pressure adjustment valve. So it goes all the way, it starts at 1 bar, goes all the way up. Mine, you can't really see that well anymore. I use it about between 2 and 3 bars of pressure. You don't need anything more than that. The next thing that you want to do. The panel beater told me a very interesting thing. He told me that you must always remember that your hands must stay clean. You must have no oil, no lubricants on your hands. So you always want to wash your hands with soap and water. This is very important. So I just made myself one of these. It's just a pallet piece of metal with a piece of square tubing. And then you buy these in all shapes and sizes. So it's very flexible, and this is what we use to apply the body putty. Obviously you want this surface always to stay nice and clean. You don't want to touch it with your hand. You don't want to get oil on this. This is the area where you're going to work. Capsy has got some great body putty. This body putty is quite interesting because it is the smoothest putty that I have come across. So just to give you an idea, just look at that. Smooth like butter. It's literally like butter. And the same way that it is, it means that it works extremely smooth. This body putty, about a scoop that big, you're going to use about that much of hardener. That's it. 45 minutes, then you can sand this down to powder. This is the fastest body putty that I've ever worked with. If you can actually get something done in one day. Then, this is the sanding paper that I use. This is just 120. It's called production paper. You buy it in meter rolls, as long as you like. And then speed files. Speed files, you can't do a proper job without these. Obviously, when you have a large dent area, this is what you want to always want to remember, that you want circular motions. You don't want this like using a file, because this is what creates dents and holes and grooves in the bodywork that you're busy doing. Always circular motions, circular motions. When the body putty is applied, this is the product that comes on top of the body putty when you are done sanding it. This is called 2K HS filler. It works with a hardener. And it's quite heavy. It's very thick, very consistent. And over here you can see are the mixing rulers that you get. Always tell people you want something with a cylinder shape that is the same width at the bottom, same width at the top, meaning it doesn't taper. It takes the same amount of volume there than what it does there. So, and obviously you just stick this in here and then you pour up until, let's say, to mark number 3 with your filler, and then mark number 3 with your hardener, and then obviously there's thinners on here as well, and then you dilute it with thinners. It is so simple if you use the directions properly. A lot of people just do whatever they want to do. It doesn't work like that. This is something very cool. They have a polyfiber putty. This stuff is amazing. Just to show you again, it smells just like resin would do, and it's got fibers inside the resin. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is extremely good when you want to like join plastic bumpers, when you have cracked surfaces in your steel areas that you're trying to repair, stuff that you can't weld on sheet metal that's too thin. This stuff does that. It is a great bond. It also works to the same amount as the normal body putty. It also has its own hardener. So when the spray filler is coated, this is what I sanded with, 1200 grain. This is a water-based sanding paper, and I put it in one of these. It's called a sanding block. So it literally just goes in there. It's got these metal hooks in there, and it grabs onto the paper. Also circular motion. So what I use is I just use water, and then I add some sunlight liquid, just soap into the water. This helps to break down all the oil and fat and the dust and the air when you are sanding. And this is going to be your finished surface where you can actually lay down your color on. Once base coat is done, they also have a mixing ruler for base coat, and then obviously you have hardener and you have clear coat. This clear coat is amazing. 2 layers of this, it's thick enough for any job. It's durable. So if you guys have any questions about that, I'll be more than happy to answer that. Always remember, I'm a jack of all trades. I am not a professional. Like and subscribe.